Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Goetia. So, last time we found a device that led me to the bathroom, where I found a pair of binoculars hidden behind a tile. Either one of the children has perfect sense of humor, Robert springs to mind, or Annie really wanted to hide them. I don't know why, but I suspect the latter might be the case. I can feel Robert's attachment for these binoculars, but I also feel a sense of insecurity and worry. I'll take them to the basement. I see both lenses and the strap, but I have a distinct impression that this pair of binoculars is incomplete. To calm Robert, I must find the missing part. Maybe exploring his bedroom will help. So I think this is part of an additional mission we can do. So let's go check out Robert's room. To which this should be it. So there's this clock, which must have something to do with this. Rhenium, silicum, lanthine. So what does that have to do with this puzzle? Well, we might have to come back to it a little bit later. So we still have the observatory. We still have to figure out the forest and how to get the candlestick out. Looks like we've gotten everything from the village so far. So then there's just the realm of stone. We still have the side mission for the hammer. So what's this? I didn't know Blackwood Manor had an archive room. It's a fascinating place, smaller than the manor's library, but its depth and sheer amount of information holds are almost intimidating. That said, I have no new leads unless I missed something important. So maybe we'll head down to the realm of stone. Because we have this mission here. But whatever this puzzle leads towards, I'm not too sure. What else could we find? Whoever is responsible for the decoration here either had a very eclectic tastes or no taste at all. Oh. Ah, what is this now? A concave shape. Some sort of the locket. Let's go grab the locket. This one. Alright, now what is this gonna do for us? Alright, something else opened. I can't see anything. So I need to somehow get the power on. Does a ghost really need to worry about sight? Some cleaning products. Someone doesn't leave anything to chance. It's liquid, shiny, and slightly sticky. I can't smell it, but it looks like petrol. So is this some sort of elevator shaft or storage facility? A generator. Some new and unknown machine. Maybe I can turn it on. I don't even know if it works. What could it be used for? The needle is at the bottom. So I can't take the petrol from there. Nothing on the locker. Let's go this way. So it's still too dark to see anything here. So I can tell there's graves here. I found a recess in the cove. An oval shape makes me think it wasn't created for storage, but rather to hide a mechanism or some other form of access. The archives lead to a shelter. I'm not sure whether it was there when I was still alive. It's been used by someone, though. I can see several ventilators, supplies, and food, but nothing else because the light is too dim. There must be a lighting system, but I'm not sure if I can bring it under my control. I think I found the power source in a machine at the bottom of a ladder. If it's simple enough, maybe my childhood experiments will help. I hope the mechanism won't be too complex. Alright, so maybe I need to possess some form of container and bring it down here in order to collect the petrol and put it in the machine. Maybe. So let's have a look and see what else is in this room. Suitcase reminder. Mother, Edward, father, and Robert. So I'm not seeing any sort of container. So let's go back up a little bit. Let's see if we can't find something that we can bring down here. Because someone's left me flowers by my picture. Ah, a milk can. It's empty. There we are. See, I knew there had to be something. So we fill the milk can up with the petrol, and then we put it in the machine, right? And then we get light. A can, some petrol, and now I can a can, some petrol, and now a can full of petrol. Good. And it all goes in the machine now. Should be good enough for a couple hours. So before we go check down there, let's go have a look here first. It's still too dark here. So I need to get more light going. The vent is still clear. I can feel a light breeze coming through it. These characters look like ancient Arabic, not a language I'm familiar with. Okay, so I can possess the book. A pepper mill that contains some unknown powder. A symbol is drawn on the flax. 3 concentric circles around a triangle. So I can possess that as well. These mixtures have taken some interesting colors. This tree is almost red. I feel dizzy touching it. How can a plant like this survive with no light? The stained glass is lit up by a lamp from behind. It's quite beautiful, but rather odd. A key, a crescent moon, the profile of a feline. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure what that does. It's some sort of timer. Some notes and several recipes for maybe chemistry formulas. Protection. Recipe less anemia. More Russell cyancomatha. 1 or 2 extra pinches of powder. Try with fire. Works without crystal as well. State plus Was this water or air? Check with earth to dissipate. The only nutrients present from the rock feed. The only nutrient present in the rock feed the tree still. Its vitality suggests that so messing, so that nothing else feeding it generously. Merely touching its rock leaves, its roots, leaves me exhausted and panting and drained. I can scarcely imagine the consequences of such strange yeses. Strania. Damn, I cannot read that writing. The red color of the wood turns brownish when plunged into water. Propagating it through cutting is impossible. One of these leaves stuck to my skin for a few minutes. Red streaks colorized its center, but left no mark on my skin. This cursed plant is an infection. It may never leave these tunnels. I consider setting it on fire, but I cannot bring myself to do it. The catacombs cough up more of this vegetation each day. If Mother planned to make a deal with Bune, I hope she's ready to face the consequences. I'm putting this research aside for a while. Creation of my labyrinth requires all my attention. I'm leaving for Scotland tomorrow. These underground tunnels should be closed up, but I'm just too curious. So Cat's Moon 2124. And we have ventilation. Bottles full of plants, mushrooms, dried leaves, and algae. So this should be fire. Slate with water. So I got some sort of timer to do something. Oh. So I can switch to power. So what's corridor? That's here. Oh, new notes. Not exactly surprising. A briefcase locked naturally. Generator overhaul done. Fixing lights in laboratory done. Take the supplies to the bunker. Lift overhaul done. Replace the fuse in the crypt switchboard. Draw a plan of the bunker. Cindy plant sample as far away from the manor as possible. Cords, measures, small shovels, picks. A true archaeologist's arsenal. Nobody will be angry with me for borrowing them. Alright, so what else do we have in the corridor here? range of supplies, nothing much else. Okay, so what's exit 1? So I'm assuming this is the well, which means the only other place it could be was that graveyard looking area, right? Yes, we got light here. WH. There's a raven carved into this tombstone. A swan. I can almost make out a dozen names on the back of this tombstone, but they're all illegible. A name has been removed from this one. A full circle, a sphere, a star. I don't see any name on this tombstone. So I need to click all of these in order. And I would need to turn that on. Then come back and press them. But it doesn't seem like enough time. And I can't go through the floor. Yeah, so it was water. So we have gold, silver, iron, and copper for father, mother, brother, and sister. Sola, fiat, liege. Sola was sun, right? Silver, fixum, solist. Okay, so let's try and figure this out. So father was gold and the sun. Mother would be silver and the moon. Iron and Mars for the brother. So what was copper? Burnt copper. Oh, Venus. Here we are. And sister was copper and Venus. Now where am I not seeing sulfur on here? No, I don't see sulfur, which is strange, because sulfur is a huge element in alchemy. But we'll get back to that later. So what is this for? What was that symbol? It's not on here. It's close to cinnabar, but not quite. No. That's Mars or iron. Copper. Then we got silver. Quicksilver. That was Neptune, right? Which we don't have a corresponding symbol for. If we got Mercury, Venus, Mars, Neptune, would this be Jupiter or Saturn? This is solar system, so then what is this? This was in the book downstairs. This one. Mundus Subterraneus. Okay. Not sure if curious. I'm nothing if not curious. But the suitcase's coded lock that was carelessly left on a crate at the entrance of the secure shelter is very intriguing, to say the least. I don't know where to find the code, though. I should think about it while exploring the underground. Electricity. It just takes a little logic to master. I should thank Mother and Father for fueling my natural curiosity. The modern age is no match for me now. Well then, let's explore this shelter. This room is used as a workshop for chemistry or alchemy. I doubt the plants mentioned in this journal are of this world, however, and their origin escapes me. One thing in particular intrigues me, though. The journal mentions Bune. If he's left some trace here, I should look into it. I might find some answers. I suppose I need to align these symbols in the right order. Whatever it is, I only have a few seconds to do so. I didn't manage to restore the power to every room. Okay. So it's quite obvious that if we go through here, we'll find the banishment sigil for Bune, which would then give us access to this area. So do I need to find another fuse? Right, and you can't even examine them when it's dark. Yeah, so there's no way you have enough time to press all of them. Maybe if we could go through the floor, but... Some labels are still legible. Rasula aurea, sage, royal fern. That's a puzzling set. Alright, do we have anything else we can examine? So we have cat to moon here. And that's 21 to 24. So I imagine pressing these in the correct order might give you more time. Maybe. It's just enough to get back here. And I put it in the wrong area anyway. So I can just leave it out. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work for us. Wait a minute. Mother, brother, father, brother. Right, so let's say the son is 0. Brothers were 2 and 2, and mother was 4. So 4202. Let's try that. Ah ha ha! We got it. Oh, new notes. Okay. Mary, Jonathan, Abraham, Annie, Abigail. So that says dead, 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 dead. Dead, 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 dead. But they're alive? Gabriel, Alexander, Robert, and Edward. So those are my nephews. We found Robert. Alexander was trying to stop it all. And it was Gabriel or Edward who was working on the Silver Labyrinth. Well, we got a lot to go through. Notes on the history of the Blackwoods. Judging by the notes I could gather here and there, and the research led by my ancestors, the first traces of the Blackwoods date back to the beginning of the 19th century. They are only sparse hints. Most of the useful information is from the last 2 centuries. The Manor. According to the Register of Births, Blackwood Manor is fairly recent in the family's history. The residence, located close to Oakmarsh Village, was the fiefdom of the Blackwoods since its construction in 1623. I couldn't find where the Blackwoods came from before that. However, the manor as we know it today has little in common with the old building. Some parts have been added to the building, more or less in harmony with the original plan. The aviary in particular was one of Sir Edward Blackwood's whims, and was built between 1795 and 1798. The upper floors were apparently added or made higher. The upper floors were apparently added or made higher. The towers that were named the observatory is the last piece of the set and was added in 1812. As for the location of the manor, it seems it was built on the ruins of a medieval stronghold itself, built on the ruins from a Roman era. Such reuse of a place is hardly uncommon, but there are few traces of its past nowadays. I managed to find a plan mentioning the old building in the eastern part of the estate, nevertheless. Additionally, our ancestor Jonathan Blackwood sponsored an archaeological mission on his estate in 1856. Numerous objects from the Roman era between 16 and 70 AD were unearthed. Pottery, amulets, cutlery, a few coins. With this discovery, Jonathan Blackwood became an honorary member of the London Society of Archaeology. A second team was commissioned to pursue further research, but the results were not mentioned anywhere. For some unknown reason, the main contractor seems to have disappeared, along with his workers and equipment, without even asking for payment. This last detail intrigues me. A simple disagreement between Jonathan Blackwood and the contractor would not have been cause for him to forget about remunerations. I believe he fled after discovering something in the manor's basement, though the thoughts both terrify and fascinate me. Among Blackwood's architectural curiosities, one in particular is noteworthy: the church. It is located in the center of Eldritch, a particular choice for a place of worship. Closest building is the watchtower. It was built in the 16th century and marks the limit of the estate. Crossing the forest in order to prayer is quite an experience. I suppose this place was chosen for a reason, but what reason escapes me. The history of this building is rather hectic. The first church was built in the 13th century and destroyed in 1537 when Henry VIII ordered the demolition of the monasteries. Sir William Wygate, Bishop of Coventry, had it rebuilt in 1551. It was completed in 1558. No mass has been celebrated there since the start of the century. The Blackwood lineage. There are several hypotheses regarding the origins of the Blackwood family, but it is quite difficult to make sure this information is indeed accurate. Some think that it is a branch of the Douglas clan, which changed their name when they left the lowlands. In any case, everyone seems to agree that the lineage of the Scottish is of Scottish origin. There is a mention of a departure from Stirlingshire in the 14th century, when the first Blackwoods settled in the Western Midlands. About the same time, they were ennobled. Although the first Blackwoods' exploits cannot be denied, their descendants choose different occupations. One branch of the family has been known for its research in medicine and the study of the human body from the 17th century. It includes a few talented individuals such as Cole Blackman, who incurred the wrath of both the police, of the public, and the church. As a Count physician, he seemed to have an interest in studies that were morally reprehensible. A few documents mentioned the rest of his life, but there were rumors of sorcery and necromancy. True or not, Cole Blackman seems to be at the base of the dark reputation of our lineage. Since then, our family has never stopped studying the sciences. Its passion found its way into the family motto in 1742. Persipia docere. Persevere docere. Educate and teach. A credo that seems to connect the Blackwood lineage to a common goal that goes beyond our simple existence, and one that I am exceptionally fond of. This trait might become more and more pronounced with each generation. Father's obsession with education, research, and culture, in its broadest sense, has influenced my youth. and my own concept of science and our lineage, I understand the full extent of it now. Through the Blackwood family now has numerous descendants. We all share this particular link in spite of the distance. We now have two professions, my father, a teacher of literature and research biology, and two physicians. Okay, that's quite a bit. I'm discovering vast sections of our family history. Father was never very talkative about it. We had few cousins, but I never met with them. Only branches of the family tree, but still, there are so few of us left nowadays. Alright, so that's that side mission. So I still need to figure out this light puzzle. So now I don't think I have to worry about the boxes here, or this. At least these, as it was part of that puzzle. However, this seems tied to what's ever going on downstairs in the workroom. So we have a cat skull here. We have a light. Do we have anything resembling a sun, a moon, a swan, a raven? Let's put this back into the workshop. So we can possess this flask and this book. Wait, a flask with 3 concentric circles. That's, this. So that's the potion then. Or what we're supposed to put the potion into. Okay, let's, try this. And there's something we have to do with this vent, I'm assuming. So this will, so I can use this to translate. But what do I need it to translate? What's written in Arabic? I didn't really see anything. Well, I'm not quite sure what we need to find. I think I'd almost have to get into the vents or something. This vent is still clear. I can feel a light breeze coming from it. So maybe I have to find a way to block the ventilation. Is there anything else out here we might need? Something else that we can possess or right. And I haven't found any more of these portals. Because we found this one in the library. In the smoking room. Since I haven't found it, I'm guessing the smoking room is somewhere we haven't been yet. But I think we'll leave it there for now. We solved a couple puzzles. We got a huge bit of lore that our family's been scientists and occultists for a long time. And now, our history is catching up to us. So we'll explore the rest of this area, I think, in the next episode. So until then, I'll see you guys next time.